Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making this delicious loaded grits bowl made with scrambled eggs, bacon, cheese, and green onions. So let's go ahead and get into the recipe. Okay, so I'm starting off with some Quaker old-fashioned grits, and I'm just going to follow the cooking instructions on the back of the box. So I'm going to make 2 servings, so I'm just going to double these and cook it that way. Okay, so I'm going to start off by adding 2 cups of water to my pot. And then I'm just going to go ahead and let that come to a boil before I start to add in my grits. Okay, so next I'm going to cook my bacon. So I'm just going to add a liner to my air frying dish. I'm going to use my air fryer for this just because I don't want to heat up my oven and it will cook it a lot faster. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and add a few pieces of bacon. I'm going to try to get in at least 4 of these. We'll see if it'll fit. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and cook this. I'm not sure for how long, but go ahead and cook this to your preference. Okay, so now that the water has come to a boil, I'm just going to go ahead and start adding in my grits. So I'm going to add about a half of a cup of my old-fashioned grits. And then I'm just going to go ahead and give that a stir. And then I'm going to cook this for about 15 to 20 minutes with the lid on, and just follow the instructions on the back of the box for the cook time. Before I get started, I just want to let you know that you do have to stir those grits around every so often just to make sure it doesn't lump up. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and start shredding up me some cheese. I'm using some Colby Jack cheese for this recipe. You can use any type of cheese you want to, or sharp cheddar cheese, or any type of cheddar cheese for this recipe. Okay, so it was just that simple. Just use you a food processor and you can get your cheeses shredded up a lot quicker. Okay, so next step, I'm just going to chop up some green onion, and this will be for the topping. It is also optional, but I think it gives it a really good flavor, so I recommend that you go ahead and use it anyways. Okay, so after I have finished cooking this bacon, I cooked it for about 10 minutes on the air fry mode, but you can definitely cook it however long you want to. And I'm just going to slice this up. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get started on seasoning my grits. Okay, so now I'm just going to add in some butter. You can add as much or as little of these ingredients as you like to. Then I'm going to be adding in this chicken bouillon powder. I don't like to use the broth because I think that the powder gives it a better flavor, or I guess you could say a stronger flavor. So I'm just going to add like a little bit of that. Then I'm going to add in like a sprinkle of garlic powder, just a little bit of onion powder, some black pepper, and a splash of half and half, just a little bit. If you add any more of the cream or half and half, you probably want to go ahead and add some Parmesan cheese because it's probably going to be a little bit too milky. So I'm just going to mix this all together. And after you have the ingredients mixed in, you're just going to taste for seasoning and then add more if you need to. Okay, so I'm just gonna add like a little bit more of the chicken powder and probably just a little bit more water. Okay, so how you can tell it has enough seasoning is you can taste the chicken broth flavor, and then also it will kind of be slightly yellow to the color. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started on my eggs. You can make your eggs however you want to, but this is how I make mine. So I'm just gonna take 2 large eggs and I'm gonna add it to my bowl. And then I'm just going to add my all-purpose seasoning, which is Slappy Mama seasoning. I like to add my seasoning first before I add in anything else, just so I can see how much seasoning I have. Add it to my food, and then I'm going to add in some black pepper. Very, very simple. And then I'm just going to add like a splash of half and half, just a little bit. And then I'm just going to whisk that all together. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and get started on my eggs. So I'm just going to heat up my pan and then add in some butter. And I'm just going to let my butter melt down all the way before I put in my eggs. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and add in my eggs. I'm going to stir this up a little bit before I add it in. Okay, so now that the bottom of my eggs has started to cook a little bit, so I'm just going to start moving that around just a little bit. And then I'm just going to start letting that cook some more. Okay, so at this point I've already cut the stove off. So now I'm just letting this cook down, or cook the rest of the way. This is how I like my eggs. You can make them thicker or in bigger pieces if you want to. And then I'm just going to add in some more butter and then just move that around without breaking up the eggs. This way it'll keep the eggs from being dried out and it'll still be pretty moist. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start assembling my bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and start laying down my grits first. And then I'm going to add on a nice layer of my scrambled eggs. Then I'm going to top it off with some of my Colby Jack cheese, and you can add as much cheese as you want to. Then I'm just going to add on my chopped up bacon, and then I'm going to add on some of my green onions. And there you have it, loaded grits bowl with scrambled eggs, cheese, bacon, and green onions. So if you guys enjoyed watching this video, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on your notification bell so that you can be notified when I post my next video. Share this video with somebody that you think might be interested in this recipe, and leave me a positive comment. And thank you guys so much for watching.